Hey guys, oh, neighbour's going crazy. Starting this video on a good note. Been a while, but thought I'd get back into it. Fucking went through Regency today, and she's gone. So yeah, she's back on the road. Went pretty well. I got a really good guy. Got really lucky. He was nice. Looked after me. I've went through every single thing. So like, the bay is so clean, but yeah. One thing I got nitpicked on was, well, he didn't even nitpick me on it. He just said, can you rectify after you pass whatever, blah, blah, is the faded reflectors. So yeah, make sure if you have them, because VRVS are common for this crap here, replace them. But other than that, I got tin removed because I didn't really want it, to be honest. But as you can see, the interior is kind of apart, partly because of decided I'm gonna put some air suspension in it. But yeah, so I'm doing some bolt-in air suspension. I'll run you guys through it, what I'm gonna do and like how I'm gonna do it. Hopefully I'll remember to take some videos. But yeah, that's my plans for now until I build my motor, chuck that in, and then yeah. So I'm still waiting on some parts, but I've currently got my air compressor. I got from a mate for like cheap. So got this one. Apparently it's a half decent one. I've got to get some new fittings and stuff, don't mind that. Just waiting to get my tank and a couple other things, but I've started doing the wiring to come to the back. But yeah, these here are the bags themselves. Don't know what you'd call them, but just some bolting bags, I guess. They've got 3/8 push connect there. And so they're on this side. I'm probably gonna have to extend this line because I want to do a nice boot setup, make it all hidden. But yeah, that's that. And then got my horns I got to put back in. But this is the valve block here. So it's a bit heavy, but it's a bit of an old school setup. Got to redo majority of it because I want it to look nice. But yeah, so these here, you basically your compressed air goes in there, and then there's your pressure. That's to your bags there, and then that's to the gauge. And then this one here lets the air in, that lets the air out. And so see how big they are. I'm pretty sure they're quarter, and they these drop really fast. So that's from what I've heard, but apparently they're really meant to be really good. Now, so mind the mess, but what we got going on here is switches just going in the center console. I've already mounted it. It's pretty sturdy. I got my relay that I'm gonna not custom, but like make to suit the pump. There's the switches, mind the mess. There's the switches for the what do you call them? The solenoids. And then here's my wiring that is going from the switches to the solenoids. I've decided to just redo and like make my own. So it's actually trailer wire. 5-core, and so obviously 2 for each side. And then this way here, I'm gonna make my compressor kick in on and off. So just the simplest way I can put it. I want everything to be like in one sort of thing. And then I've got to run accessory power to this, that's pretty easy. But yeah, I've also mind the dodge, but so this is out of my ute. It was a dual battery system, but I've upgraded, and so I decided to use this because it's way overkill. But just drilling this out because I don't want to replace them because they're good terminals. So I just thought I'd just drill it out to suit. But yeah, this is what's going to be powering the pump because it's bloody good. If you guys are wondering about the ute as well, this is the old girl here. I bought it back in December, and I've already done a couple things to it. So I removed the old bull bar on the rear. It looked disgusting. Just put that little tow bar. I've done a 2-inch suspension lift and a 2-inch body lift. I've put 32s on it, which just a pretty small tyre still, but upgrade over stock, obviously. I've put some rear lights in that face at the back, so you can see when you're loading in the dark and at night. Just the weather shields, because you know it looks cool. And yeah, I've done my bull bar to suit the body lift, because you need to modify the whole bull bar mounting. And yeah, I got my GME aerial and just my wank factor aerial here. Just so you can see, I use, that one's my main one. This is just a backup if that breaks, obviously. But yeah, she's not a bad rig. Towed the VS pretty good, but it's also been, yeah, let me open the bonnet. As you can see, I've already put the head unit from the VS in here, and I just put a boost and EGT gauge so I can make sure she's staying safe. So I've already worked a bit on my magic. Mind this, I'm cleaning it up because it's just disgusting. But that's the upgraded one. I just gotta get some conduit to suit because it's pretty damn thick. But yeah, I've already worked a bit on my magic. I've put, obviously you can see my EGT probe, which is post turbo. I've got my boost T set up here, going down, everything's nice and conduited. And I've also got the fuel pump. Oh, you can't really see, but down in there's a fuel pump, and because she's a bit old school, it's got a mechanical pump, so it's running about 15-16 psi boost, and I've given the fuel pump about 3/4 of a turn to a turn, but that's obviously just a cowboy tune, as they say. But yeah, she runs pretty good. EGTs aren't too bad, but my plans are for this thing to intercool it and just, yeah, keep it as my daily. Hey guys, a bit of a progress update, got a bit done. Center contours all back in, got all the wires. It looks dodgy, but it's actually really good. That's for my gauge connections, the air pushes, but that's all ran. Got the valve block, I've all plumbed it all up. You can't really see, it's a bit dark, but yeah, I'm all plumbing that up. I just got to mount that now. Just ordered heaps of shit, so I got myself a tank, only a small one, fittings, hose. Yeah, so just that sort of stuff. And then back here, got our power wire that goes to the pump. Obviously got to redo all of this, but I've got to make it nice and proper, relay and everything. And yeah, just run it through the firewall. A bit of a dodgy, but it's actually not too bad, just down there. But ideally I'd like to do it nicer next time. So I'm thinking I'm gonna actually, once I take the V6 out, I'm gonna drill another hole under the dash with a hole saw, put a big grommet there because I'm gonna have heaps of gauges, whatever. Let's put the engine in, but yeah, for now, that's it. I'm gonna get the relay and everything done, flip around, so bring the rear end here. Well, actually I might leave the rear end there, it's a bit better. Put on jack stands, start taking wheels off, and I'll show you guys the rest from there. It gets a bit scary, but it's alright. I'm keen to do this. But yeah, I also put the Venetians back in and tints removed. So it looks pretty killer, I like it like that. Alrighty, so a bit of progress update again. A bit messy, don't mind it. Still like halfway through, so just leaving everything because I know where it all is in here. But got the block mounted, relay mounted, got wire in from the front. And then so we got I've actually used trailer cable because it works killer and you don't really need to run many amps through it. It's 7 amp max and we're running like maybe 4, if that. But so obviously this is our left side up and down, right side up and down, and then this is the power that comes from accessories, but it's also on a switch. Goes into one side of the relay, and the other side of the relay goes to the pressure switch, and then the other side of that pressure switch goes to the ground there. That little bugger there. I made him nice and nut certed. I want to paint it, but don't know what I should do down here. Probably just going to carpet it or something. But yeah, it's got in there, just waiting on my order from Air Ride. Spent a couple dollars there, but once that comes, I'll be able to, I'll get my tank. So I'll mount it back there. I'll mount it right there, and then my plan is I'm gonna put a duffel bag over it because there's nothing that'll heat up. Yeah, just got the neighbour having a sus. Just yeah, don't know what's going on there, but yeah, so I'm gonna mount it back there, and it's gonna be in a duffel bag. There's nothing around there that can get hot because all the stuff that gets hot is down here. But yeah, I've got to make a mount up for the compressor. I'm thinking just like a 50 by 50 base plate, nuts that into the bottom, then a piece of square post coming up, and then a flat base plate to put the compressor on. But it will have rubber mounts to isolate the noise and whatever, because I want it as quiet as possible. But yeah. Alrighty, so I'm just gonna leave it at this for now. Gotta go to work, so cleaned everything up a little bit. The way I've done this is I've actually just done two, oh, you can't see them, those 2 bolts there, because that's what you really need. It's pretty on there, and as I said, I've just grounded the valve block to there because there's all grounds. I redid them all because it was dodgy. But yeah, this is also a very like good valve block because the original ones are quarter. This is 3/8, so they're big and they go down fast. But yeah, I think it's a pretty neat boot setup. Once you put the cover on for the tyre, you never see it. So that's all I wanted. All right, so mind the mess, but these wires are inactive. But got me a little fuse jumper because that's the safest way to do it. I don't know if it's working because I'm not sure if these solenoids click or anything, but everything's all wired up now, nice and neat. I reckon there might be an issue somewhere because I found that when it's probably easier to just show you guys. I don't know, it's a weird one, but so look, I'll put it so it's on accessories, and then when you go look at the interior logo. Wait, no, that one don't even work. That one does it, and then that one don't do it, but down and that one does it. So I don't know. I just don't want to set fire to anything. I guess that's what happens when you make your own custom stuff. But yeah, gonna have to figure that one out. It's a bit of a weird one, eh? Alrighty, had an error. I'm fucking happy now. But so these valves, I have no idea. They're random as fuck. So I actually wired it up wrong. I had it set on the top prong there, which is wrong. Don't do that if you're using those type of valves. It actually goes to, so, oh fuck, yeah, so if you can see there, the black goes to one side and then the power 12 volt from the switch goes to the other. All right, now listen to this. This is killer. So, car's on ignition. I want to change it so it's just accessories and not fully ignition. But listen, woo, that's up. And that's and I go how killer. Alright, I'm gonna put her in jack stands now, get wheels off, get ready to chop bump stops, and yeah, I'm actually so keen. That is killer. So much happier now. But yeah, so I've run it all nicely. I want to try and neaten it up as much as I can, but like that's pretty good, I think. I'm happy with that, very happy. But yeah, it's all like, once I put the armrest on for the, what do you call it? The armrest, you're never going to be able to see that. You're never going to be able to tell. So like, plus, yeah, I'll do it and then I'll turn the video back on. That's how it's going to sit. Obviously the wire's not going to be dangling around, but that's how it's going to sit. So you're never going to be able to tell. Plus, the tank's going to be up there in the duffel bag, because I want to make sure it's all hidden. Nothing's sus at all. But yeah, I'm so happy right now. Alrighty, taking wheel off. I like to use all manual tools, mind the safety boots, but yeah, I like to use all hand tools because I hate these studs so much. I've replaced every single one of them on the rear end. Yeah, so tyres coming off. I've got to unbolt the shock from the top because that bottom bolt down there, she's cooked, so I don't want to touch that. But yeah, unbolt shock from the top, remove spring, cut bump stop, then we got to figure out all our angles and bullshit. To be honest, I reckon we're on here. This is gonna be a good one. So I'm thinking down there, we're just gonna make it so it bolts in, and then up here, one bolt's I reckon is gonna come right there. And then the other one's probably gonna go through the cab, and then the air line's obviously gonna go through the cab as well. So yeah, I wanna make it as simple as possible, no welding, nothing. So everyone says your bolting kit's welding. No, it's not. I'm doing true bolting, mate. So yeah. Alrighty, so here we are. As you can see, that bump stop down there, she's actually cooked. It was like, I did have the car pretty low before, so they used to smack each other. But what I'm thinking to do is, ideally, I want to try and drill this all the way through the arm. I don't know. I'm gonna do some research before I do that, because I want to make sure I don't fucking cook the structural integrity, whatever, blah blah blah. But yeah, I'm gonna drill all the way through and then have the all thread hanging all the way down, because I want it just like full bolted, no fuck around, easy, and like, yeah, it's I just don't want to modify the arm. I want the arm to stay as it is. I just want to drill a hole through. I don't want to weld nothing in. If I weld something in, then I have to cut it out. If I want to put a new bumps, I just don't want to fuck around with that shit. So, yeah. Alrighty. So, car's in the air. Springs are out. Now we're down to the scary part. So, I'm going to cut these buggers off here. What I think it is, I use the reciprocating saw, and I just clean it up with a grinder. Because, to be honest, trying to get a grinder in there is going to be dodgy. Whereas with the reciprocating saw, I can shoot and then I just, yeah, get the flap disc and just flatten them out. And then from there, we'll see if I have to weld something in, like a nut in the bottom bump stop, or we can just bolt it all in. There's the screw part over and done. Wasn't that bad. Gonna keep them because I want to make custom, so if I have to bolt them back in. But yeah, I'll go to the other side and then we'll grind that down. Came out okay. This one needs to be grinded, but it's not too bad. So yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna have to, I don't know if the air, depends. If the fitting for the bag fits in there, I'm gonna leave that hole as is and then just drill a hole here for the one side of the bag and then the other one on the other side. So, see how we go. Alrighty, bump stops, chopped, so they're turning back now, but I'm thinking what I'm gonna do is, I need to try and mount that center hole into there. But, I don't know, I wanna drill a hole straight down below. It's a lot of fucking chunks out of the arm. So, I don't know, but I'm gonna have to figure it out soon. So, what I'm thinking is, I don't even know at this point. Gonna have to try a couple things, see how we go, and then just, yeah, test it out. Alrighty, so I've made some custom templates. Very custom, but it's not the best drawing, but it's just a rough idea. So got them two, which are for them there, and then you got the big air one. I've got to fix this one because that's fucking pretty average, but other than that, it's not too bad. Alrighty, mind the mess again. Organised mess. I'm using everything here. Making a mount for the compressor. I'm just doing it simple as I can. My grandpa had these pieces of steel. They already had holes in them, so I just added another one there so it could suit. I'm probably going to use these for wiring to just zip tie to it. And then I've got some flat bar, fucking way overkill, so 5mm thick. But I'm going to weld that all along there, along there, along there, there, and there. And that's just going to be that. And then I got a post I'm going to weld to there. And then that should be sweet. And then, yeah, I want to use, just for now, I'm going to use these as like an isolator, a noise sort of thing. But, yeah, going to weld it, tack it, see how we go. And I'll get back to you guys in a second. Alright, that's the bracket tacked up. Just giving a couple tacks. I'm welding gasless again, so I'm going to try and make it as neat as I can. It's probably going to look horrible, but nothing a grinder can't fix, so yeah. Kind of caught me bench on fire and burnt pliers a bit because she got a bit hot, but to be honest, I'm not, oh, what do you call it? It actually looks alright. Like, my previous welds in the exhaust were horrible. These are not too bad. I clean them up, give them a wire wheel and spray them. It should be sweet, man. Alrighty, parcel came. I've assembled all of it already. Sorry I did it off camera, but just wanted to get it ready. So funny thing with the threads, they put see that red stuff down there? That red stuff, they put it on the threads. And when you tighten it, it actually comes out. So I was worried, I'm like, oh fuck the threads. But soap test, I've put about 60 PSI on it. Soap test, she was sweet. So now all I gotta do is mount it there. But I have to figure out, where, or it's either there or up there. Don't know at the moment, but I'm thinking down there is just easiest. Alrighty, so she's partially in. Bit of an angle, but fucking not much I can really do. I kind of stuffed, once I tighten that bolt it'll be fine, but I kind of stuffed up because I wanted it as close as I could to that side. and I forgot the chassis rail was there. So like, fucking, that bolt can't go in there, the front one. And then this one here, something else there. It was like there was, so there was the flat bit, obviously, of the boot. And there was like this like piece of sheet metal, and like it just wasn't drilling so than that. But I got 2 nutserts in the back there, pretty good. I'm just gonna go and put that bottom air thing in because I don't want to stuff anything up. So I'm just gonna put that in, route it. I think I got it here. No, that's not it. But yeah, I'm gonna do that. Then I'm gonna get the hoses routed, make sure everything's all good, and short her out. Alrighty. Fucking, I'm happy, really happy with this, to be honest. More happy than I thought I'd be. So I'm out. I've literally used my grandpa yet again. The legend had some fence post, but it was bent. So I was like, oh, alright, give it to me. I'll fix it up. And so I've just used it as a mount. Fucking choose mint, man. I'm going to I've just tacked it there. So just gonna fully weld it now. Happy with that height and everything, just because it's just below there. So if it needs air, whatever, blah blah blah. Go to there. Why did my arm look weird? Ah, well. But yeah, I'm keen as that's mounted. Alrighty, let's weld her out. Let's finish it up. Alrighty, so a bit of progress. Tanks all in there. I'm just gonna get one more airline from it. That goes to the valve block. But I've got all of that nicely mounted. Just gotta do a bit of the wiring. But yeah, I'm pretty freaking stoked with that. That looks killer. And you still use the valve if you need to empty it. Oh, you can't. No, you can. There you go. Sweet. But yeah, I'm very happy. I'm very happy with that. I just wanted a nice, neat mount. But yeah, I think I'm going to do a little zip tie, like between the things there, so it holds it down. Because I reckon she's gonna push up. But yeah, I'm pretty happy, man. Alright, we've got to pump it up. Pressure switch, I tested it already, it's all working. She gets a bit hot, so I'm gonna have a look, see how much clearance I got in there, between there, because I still want to keep that on so you can't see it. But I'm pretty happy with it, to be honest. Now I'm just gonna make my plates for the bags, and that's it. So I'm gonna make those plates now. I'll drill and tap 3/8 UNC into it, and then yeah, I gotta tack them into the bottom trailing arms. And then what you do is, well, the way I want to do it is, so I'm gonna tack it into the middle there, right there into the middle, and then I'm gonna make 2 prongs to come out of the bags, and wherever it hits, I'll put the what do you call it? Put my template I've made up there. Then I'll just drill the holes and put the holes through. I just gotta grind these down with a flat disc, so I'll get to that now. Alrighty, so this is the method I'm using. Sounds retarded, but it's gonna work. So 75mm wide now. I'm gonna make it 75 long, so it's a square. Get in the center. I'm going to drill and tap a 3/8 UNC hole, and then pretty much what I'm gonna do is just tack. When it's in the cut, I'll cut it at 75, obviously. And then I'll tack it in 2 spots, test fit it, all good. I'll just weld it all the way around. That's pretty much it. Simple as it can be. I don't want any stuff around, but I'm just thinking, I don't know what I'm gonna do with the welding, because I don't want it to be too in there, just in case I want to take it out. But to be honest, wherever it's gonna go, I'm gonna make it so if I ever need bolt bump stops back in, it's gonna work. So I'm not really too worried, but yeah, I'm keen. Just gonna have to mark it up, and yeah, I'll drill and tap. Sweet. Alrighty, so here we got our 2 75x75 welding plates. Faintly see my mark there and there. Found the centers, drilled and tapped. So it's a 3/8 UNC you have to tap. And so I'm still going, I want to make sure they're mint, so I'm going to go through them a couple of times. But what you do is, because I didn't have any imperial bits, so much in metric, and the closest was 8mm, so I went 8mm holes. Obviously went up in like, I started at, I fucking snapped the other one, so I started at 3.5, went up, slowly. Then I got to 8. Made sure it was nice and straight. Now they're beautiful. But yeah, I got my test piece here, which is what I'm using, the all thread. And she goes in beautifully. So I'm pretty happy with that. Alrighty guys, so got this plate, got my plate cut. She's tapped. I've grinded this bump stop down. You don't really need to cut it all the way because you got enough there to where it's flat. And so I've got that done as much as I can. Starting to fucking hurt myself, so I'm not gonna do any more. But yeah, I'm gonna tack that in place. Then I gotta cut some all thread down to go in the bags and fucking blah blah blah. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've done for now. So yeah, I'll get back to you guys in a second. Alright, so we got this plate welded in. She's done. Cut the holes. Not gonna show the holes because like it's fucking disgusting. But yeah, she's welded there. Plate's all nice in. And up there's cut. But I've only just won't talk about that. But yeah, did that one and she's sweet. Alright, so got a bit done last night. This side's pretty much done. Bag just needs to go in. I've done a hack job, but I gotta go and get a file because I'm gonna clean that up. It's fucking, I can't stand that. But so all you got there and the 2 bolts, but gotta clean it up. Obviously, it's not staying like that. Just gonna go and buy a file. So this side's partially done, and then we just got this side here. Just mocking it up. I've got to mark out where the bag goes and put template on, drill holes. And then it'll be done, but kind of underestimated it. So I think because I was I'd gone off a lot of like VT, VX, VY, VZ bolt-in bag installs, and so obviously their spring cradle is like here, and they're like it's like under the seat, whereas on VS it's obviously not. It's further back, and it kind of fucks you because it's like right where the seats mount the back wall. And it really stuffs you, but obviously I just use a hole saw. I've got to clean it up and then I'll make it look mint. I'll just cover it up somehow with some grommets or something. But yeah, to be honest, I reckon it's probably, if you're going to do it in a VS, I'll just do drop-ins because bolt-ins are not worth the hassle. Unless you got solid axle where it possibly might be a bit easier. But yeah, with IRS, I'd just do drop-ins because like, you have to go there, pretty much there where that is, and drill through, and it's just, it's very scary. It sounds stupid, but it's scary, man, because you're drilling into an original car that's like, you know what I mean? But, oh well, I'm keeping the bump stops, keeping everything. But yeah, I got to do this side. I've welded the plate in, some nice bead. Oh, you can't even see it. Nice bead along there, but yeah. Yeah, so welded this plate in. Those are my welds there. It's a flux core, so it's pretty average. That's where my mate's, he fucked it. He wanted to have a shot, so I was like, whatever. And yeah, that's my other mate. So they came over last night, gave me a little hand. Much appreciated. Wouldn't have been able to do it without him, but yeah, so plates are all tacked in. Freaking, they're rock solid. They're not going anywhere. I'm not gonna weld anymore, just in case I ever want to take them out. But yeah, they're fucking, I'm pretty happy with that. Just nice tap in the middle, and yeah. Alrighty, got our template mounted. Drew my pilot holes, hopefully in the center. I've gone a bit bigger anyways, so have a bit of playroom. Last night I made the mistake of putting my leg under there, and yeah, so I had to throw those socks away because they're full of metal shards now. But what I'm thinking is, I'm just gonna get up to like 4 or 5 mil under here, and I'll sit up so I don't get anything on my feet. And yeah, I reckon the second side's always probably gonna be a bit easier. Touch wood. Just need to make sure we hit no wires. Alrighty, got me studs in there. Checked it all together. I put a bit of sealant on there. Got my mate coming some all third for it. Yeah, so that's ready to go in. That's ready to go in. Just Loctite them in. Gonna wait for them to dry a bit. This one needs to go in, and then we're set. So yeah, everything lines up. We just fill the hole out a bit, make it a bit more clearance. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. So yeah. Alrighty, so got a bit excited there. Bags are in. Putting wheels on now. So studs are all in. We've ran all the air lines, just tried to hide them as best as I could. Compressor's just kicked off because hit the pressure, 150 psi or some shit like that. But yeah, I'm just gonna do a quick tidy up, put wheels on, and chuck her in the ground and see how we go. Get back to you guys in a second. Alrighty, so it's a bit later in the day, as you can see. She's all done. Wheels are on, put my swirlies back on because I love them. But yeah, put my subwoofer in. Just gonna go for a cruise with the family, see how she goes. But yeah, I'm keen, man. Hey guys, so you're probably sick of me by now. So yeah, it's pretty much end of the video. I put my front springs back in, swirlies on. Engine bay's all tidied up. I can't actually drive the car because I've got a crank angle sensor issue, but engine bay's all tidied up. But yeah, I'm just pretty much waiting now for the sensor to come. I'm gonna tear it down, and then yeah, that will go in and pretty much just cruise it for a bit. But I'm also doing a AC delete just to keep it all nice and quiet because it's just pretty whiny. The mount's just got here, so I mounted the compressor nicely. It's actually heaps quiet, but yeah, I'm pretty happy. Overall, I recommend you to do bags in your car. It's not too bad. It's more of like a cool thing. I love it, to be honest. Something I've always wanted to do since I had the car. But yeah, I just thought it'd be a good idea to film it, as you know, I couldn't find many videos of people doing them. So yeah, thanks guys for watching. I appreciate it. Let me know if you have any questions or anything. But yeah, the next thing is up for this car. Motor, transmission, that's pretty much it. But for now, take it easy guys, and thanks for watching.